Welcome back to another video, everybody. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into this one because I'm sure all of you guys have obviously read the title and the thumbnail and see my car right now and are super confused because it doesn't look like it was crashed. So there's a pretty long story behind this. So basically we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this one. One thing I wanted to say real quick before we start this video is basically the reason why I'm making this video is so you guys don't make the same mistake I made, whether it be buying a Genesis Coupe or any car. Even though the car has a clean Carfax, that doesn't always mean it's in perfect condition. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this story. So about 3 years ago now, I made the drive up to Ohio with one of my buddies to get this car. Now I live in Kentucky, about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive away. So when I went up to that dealer, I had intentions to buy the car. So when I got there, I test drove the car, I inspected the car. Nothing felt wrong when I was driving it. Nothing looked wrong with the car besides a few minor things like some little chips in the wheel and whatnot and some broken plastic on the inside. But like literally nothing major was wrong with the car. Nothing even remotely major was wrong with the car. Like everything was basically perfect. And even the small things that were wrong with the car was still under warranty, so I could just take it to the dealer and get it fixed for free. So about 24 hours after I buy the car, or maybe probably honestly just the next day, I was driving the car around and I went over a bump and I noticed that the back right was making a clunking sound every time I would go over a bump. And I knew that was not supposed to happen. So I took the car to the dealer, had him inspect it. Come to find out, the back right shock was busted. Well, they replaced it, and while they were replacing it, they also found out that the car had been wrecked before. Now, there's a few ways that you can tell that this car has been wrecked, and by telling you guys these things are things that you guys could look out for when you're buying a new car to make sure that it's not been wrecked. So yeah, the first thing is the misalignment of the trunk. So as you guys can see on this side, the trunk looks pretty normal, but like I don't think it's visible on video, but like the trunk is farther down than the rear quarter panel back here. Well, then you come over to this side and it's literally the exact opposite. The trunk is higher than the rear quarter panel here. So they told me that that's the first way that they were able to tell that this car was wrecked. But one of the good things I guess about it is that the VIN number on the trunk matches the VIN number of the car, so it's still stock parts or still original parts. I guess it was never replaced. But yeah, somebody messed up and somehow this is no longer aligned. Like I don't know how you can screw up like that, or what you'd have to hit, or if somebody would have to rear end you extra hard, but like somehow the trunk is no longer lined up. And right here you guys can kind of tell too, like it sticks out past the body a little bit. Like that gap should not be there. That was the first way that the dealer told me that they could tell the car had been wrecked. Then the second way that they could tell was you come up here to the front and you start looking at the alignment around the front bumper, and things don't actually add up that well. So you come around this way. Well, I mean, I can't tell if this is picking up on video as good as it is in person, but like this stuff is just not aligned. Like the car should not look like that. This bumper has basically been Frankenstein back on here like that. Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. The reason I have yet to get a new front grille, like I really like I think it's the M&S one, but like the reason I've yet to get one is because I'm afraid to take this bumper off because I don't know honestly if it's gonna go back on. Like this thing might just be like glued on for all I know. So yeah, that's the reason the bumper has not come off yet, and I have not replaced the grill, but that is definitely gonna happen soon because like those grills look super sick. Not this one, I mean it doesn't look bad, but like the M&S ones with like the honeycomb around it and the bar in the middle just looks, oh yeah, it looks great. But yeah, then you come around to the left side over here and you start looking at the light. Things just don't add up. And like I said, I don't know if you can really see this in video like you can in person. Like there's a nice gap right here, and that should not be there. Then you keep coming around here to the left, and here's where you can really tell. So there's a massive gap, and things just look really strange right here. It should not look like that. It's all pinched together basically. So the last way that they could tell that there was definitely some damage done to this car was, actually I don't know if I'm going to be able to get under here to show you guys, but up here under the front bumper where the bash guard's at, like the bash guard is literally ripped out on the right side. Like as you guys can see, everything looks good over there. Then you come over here and it's literally just missing a huge chunk. That does not just happen on its own, and I'm not gonna lie, that really scared me. I looked up and there's some weird looking green bug right here. I probably should get away from it. But yeah, the front bash guard is basically ripped off on the front right side. And then you come around to the back and you got some more damage. Down here, you got this little black plastic thing right here. Now, when I got the car, none of these 4 bolts were in right here. And since then, I've gotten 2 of them in. They cost $45 a piece. That's why I haven't gotten all 4 of them yet. So yeah, $90 for 2 of these plastic bolts. Without those 4 bolts there, this whole thing right here just catches air and flat. And my friend noticed it flexing down on the interstate one time, so that's how we found out that those were broken. And I think as a result of those being broken and that thing catching air as you're going fast, it damaged the back bumper here. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but like there's like basically a crack almost in the back bumper. Like it's kind of like a wavy crack. I think you guys can kind of see it. It's not actually a full crack, but like it's some damage done to the bumper, and it's pretty annoying looking. Honestly, when I bought this car, the dealer was shoving the clean Carfax in my face, and that on its own should have been a red flag because like obviously if the car's not been wrecked, you should be able to tell. And they're over here shoving the clean Carfax in my face every 3 seconds, and Like, maybe I just wasn't thinking. I just really wanted this car. But yeah, that alone should have been a huge red flag. Like, why in the hell would they be shoving that in my face? So all those things we just talked about is how the dealer could tell that this car had been wrecked before. And honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. There's a very, very simple way to make sure that your car that you're looking at buying has not been wrecked, and that's just to get the damn car inspected by a mechanic. If I had gotten this car inspected by a mechanic, I mean, maybe I wouldn't have it now because I would have gotten a different Genesis Coupe, but it would have saved me from dealing with all the problems that come with owning a car that's been crashed, basically. Now, I've had the car inspected by multiple different mechanics since the Hyundai dealer told me that this car has been wrecked, and they all have also said that it definitely looks like the car has been wrecked, but it was put back together good enough for it to not be unsafe to drive. Like, there's basically nothing wrong with the car that would deem it to be unsafe to drive, but just the fact that the car's been crashed before and I got it with a clean Carfax is just very annoying. So the reason I was making this video is basically just to show those of you who are in the market for a Genesis Coupe, or just really any car, that there are some things that you can definitely look out for to tell if a car has been wrecked or not, such as if the trunk is misaligned and the front bumper is misaligned. But really, the easiest way is just to take the damn car to a mechanic and have them look over it. If the dealer does not let you take the car to a mechanic, or does not want you to take the car to a mechanic to get it inspected, that's got to be a major red flag, and you should probably just not get the car because of that. But really, that is going to wrap it up for this video, everybody. I just wanted to share with you guys my experience in buying a Genesis Coupe, and as you guys have found out, it's been a pretty hectic one so far. But on a happier note, I did just get in the manifold riser from 3.8 Performance. Huge shout out to them for that. Thank you so much, 3.8 Performance, for the manifold riser. We will be installing that hopefully very, very soon. I'm just gonna say, I don't know how the hell to install one of those things, and I've got to figure it out before I attempt it. But yeah, as soon as I figure out how to install that, we're gonna be throwing that puppy on here, and I'm really excited for that. I think it's gonna be an awesome mod, probably the best one so far. And also, I ordered another mod from 3.8 Performance yesterday, so that should be here hopefully by the beginning of next week or midway through next week, and I'm really excited to install that one as well. You guys are just gonna have to wait and see to find out what that one is. But yeah, like I said, that is really going to wrap it up for this video, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, do not forget to drop a like and subscribe. Peace out. I will see you guys in the next one.